a new healthy habit of mine, and that is using these specific LifeWave aromatherapy mists called Shine and Dream. Now, this is not your grandmother's aromatherapy. It is very special. Now, what's very interesting is that because of the regulatory agencies, it is much better for the company to talk about the aromatherapy part of the product. And at the LifeWave convention that I went to in August, I got a sneak peek into some of the pilot studies being done with these sprays, and they're absolutely amazing. I know a lot of companies go, "Oh, we have the best product," rah, rah, rah. I'm not really into that. What I really like is data, and what I really like is proof and that it works. So the Shine and Dream are aromatherapy sprays that use a very special patent pending energized water structure to deliver the frequency, if you will, of things that can help support hormonal balance, including oxytocin, testosterone, growth hormone. I have in the past taken all sorts of supplements to try to improve growth hormone, for example. And I'm at one point, I think I was spending $80 a bottle on something that I used and had to be empty stomach, which was really hard for me to remember to do it every single night at a certain time. And it was like I did it for 6 months. And honestly, I just didn't notice anything. So I stopped it. So a lot of companies have been trying to do this kind of thing. Now, David Schmidt, the CEO and inventor, knowing who he is and the kind of person he is, he always has to invent something that has never been invented on the face of the planet. And so even though we don't have access, commercial access to the water machine that he uses to make these sprays, the evidence speaks for itself, including doubling of testosterone in the men in the pilot study. About 85% of them doubled their testosterone in 3 days. Yeah, not 30, 3 days. As a medical doctor, I can definitely tell you that is very, very impressive. So, what are some of the effects that other people have been talking about? Increased sex drive, increased strength, decreased um, recovery, in terms of athletic performance. The Shine spray is actually for the morning. So you take one spray and you spray it on your wrist. You can spray it anywhere, he said, but you can spray it on your wrist. You just didn't want people spraying it in their eyes, right? Spray it on your wrist and you inhale deeply 7 or 8 times in a row, right, to get the effect. So there's all this very interesting scientific data about the olfactory nerve and then its access to the different hormonal glands in the head, which then talk to all the other hormonal glands in the rest of the body. So that's kind of interesting that he decided to use this delivery system. So the Shine helps you with energy, which is what the website says. You and I know that it can support your hormonal balance. The Dream actually is helpful as well for hormonal balance, and you do that at night. So a spray on your wrist at night, doesn't matter which side, and then 7 or 8 deep inhalations as well. Now, I'll just show you a little bit of the public end here of the aromatherapy mist. So I'm not going to go through these in great detail, but the big thing is that they are based in this patent pending structured energized water. And I hope in the next 1.5 to 2 years that we will have access to the actual water machine so we can make our own energized water. So publicly, talking about Shine helps you in the morning. For me, it's almost like if I was a caffeine drinker, this would replace it because, after using that in the morning, I actually feel kind of awake, which is kind of neat. I love to sleep. So in the morning, I tend to be groggy sometimes, and my bedroom is very, very dark, which is not great because I love waking up to the light, but the way it's situated is very dark, especially in the winter. And this does help me wake up very quickly without having to use caffeine. The Dream actually helps with deeper sleep, and of course the hormones, the growth hormone, and testosterone, oxytocin, etc. And so it helps you feel more rested. And one of the funny stories David said was about how he was testing the aromatherapy part of the product, and he was testing the scent over and over and over again, and he ended up having to fall asleep at 6 p.m. at night. It was relaxing him so much and got up 12 hours later. So I thought that was kind of funny. As far as the key ingredients, now remember the structured water is the magic. Whatever ingredients you put within that is going to be supported and amplified. So we have some of these ingredients, herbal ingredients, essential oil ingredients that help with the hormones, such as the Canadian pine pollen, tongkat ali, polyarachis extract, blue spruce oil, ginger oil, sage oil. This is in the shine, and then the dream we have mucuna, purines, jasmine oil, lavender, and clary sage. Now, I can say from personal experience that the dream actually has more of a scent, but it dissipates very, very quickly. So compared to your average aromatherapy where you spray it and you smell it for a while, this is not like that. There is alcohol, just so you know, within the bottle and the herbs, essential oils, and the structured water, and that is to hold the frequency, is my current understanding of the alcohol, and also keep these ingredients fresh. And so it's really the structured water that is the amazing thing about this. We don't go into a lot of this on the website or probably even in the brochure. However, what is publicly is what is on this corporate slide related to that. So again, how you use it, just a spray on your wrist and inhale deeply. What I really am very interested in, I'm going to be very transparent here, is that since hitting menopause, I have noticed that that the belly area is not my most attractive part. And what they've noticed in the studies, the initial studies, is that people are losing their waist size. So I was like, yep, I'm definitely going to try this. If I could try that other, expensive thing for 6 months and got no results, I can try this. So I tried the initial, we had some samples at convention. So I tried it for a month. And what I noticed personally was that I could kind of get away with eating a little bit more carbs and things like that than before without my waistline necessarily expanding. So that was really cool. And so now that I have the Shine and the Dream, the final formulation, I'm actually muscle testing myself to see how many sprays a day would I optimally benefit from. And interestingly, for me, currently, it's 3 sprays of the Shine and 2 of the Dream. Now, why so much? I'm not really sure. It could be related to when I was, in my, what was it, late 20s? Early 30s. I forgot when I had fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue. Anyway, so it was a while ago, year 2000. Okay, maybe not that long ago. So, so I ended up with chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, and so my adrenals and my hormones went way out of whack there, right? A lot of people think they can abuse their bodies and just go, oh, I'll just treat myself well and I'll be bouncing back. No, it doesn't actually work that way, because if you abuse your body and you don't really rest enough, like I didn't rest enough in much of med school and residency, stressed out a lot, it actually does take some time to repair these things. Now, with LifeWave tools, I mean, most people with the conditions that I had and the symptoms that I had just don't get better. They get permanently disabled. But I'm very fortunate to have been introduced to the technology, the phototherapy patches, which I've talked about in another video, and whatever products David makes. I really like the guy, and not only is he spiritual, he's just a brilliant, brilliant scientist and person, amazing person. So I'll just try anything that he makes. Just to see how it works on me. So I'm really looking forward to slimming down the waistline even more. So if you're interested in hormonal balance, that may be really helpful for you. And it's also for men. So men and women can benefit, because men, as they age as well, can have imbalances in their hormones. And women, even, in their youth, in their 20s, 30s, can have major imbalances too. They can have very painful periods and, or just mood swings and things like that. And I believe this could be really helpful for them. The cool thing is you can try it and then, see how it works for you. And as far as the cost, if you buy them individually, it's about $40. If you buy it together, it's it's about $74, which is a really great deal. Given what they do, this is actually very inexpensive. About I mean, like I said, that one product I was taking for 6 months, and it had to be, empty stomach and sprayed in your mouth and yada yada yada, right? And at that point, I had a hard time having an empty stomach. Way back then. So it's really cool that you can save money if you do get the bundle. So even if you sleep well, you may want to try the dream anyway. What I noticed was that for whatever reason, I wasn't really remembering my dreams as well of late. Because usually I mean, I know I have very vivid dreams, but often my habit in the past is I wake up, I remember everything. But in the last couple of months, 3, 4, maybe months, I just noticed that I was not. And that was very odd to me. Now, my mentor, my healing mentor says I'm interdimensionally traveling. So maybe that's a good thing. I'm not remembering when I'm dreaming. However, with the dream spray that I just got a number of days ago, almost immediately I was able to remember my dreams. And I was like, okay. I wasn't doing anything too weird, but I definitely was able to remember the dreams right away. So I thought that was very, very interesting. So something definitely is happening. So that's just a really brief overview of the aromatherapy mist. The cool thing is if you're a preferred customer, this is a new product for you. It's a 90-day money-back guarantee. For new brand partners, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you really don't have anything to lose. I'm definitely using this as my new habit. Like I said, I'm doing 3 sprays of the Shine. I muscle test when to take that, and then 2 sprays of the Dream at night. One I think that's at 9, and the other one right before bed. Tend to be a late owl, so that's probably why. And you may notice that you just sleep deeper and more thoroughly. So if you muscle test yourself, you can try it and see if you need or your body would like more than 1 spray twice a day. Or sorry, 1 spray of each. So that means Shine in the morning, Dream at night, and try different combinations. I just wouldn't do what David did, which was, keep spraying and breathing and spraying and breathing and spraying, with the dream so many times that he had to go to bed at 6 p.m. That's pretty funny. So yeah, so my new habit, I'm super excited about that. And checking out my waistline every couple of days and seeing how that's working. The other thing I'm really looking forward to as well, because of that balancing of the hormones, is when I exercise and I do lift weights and do CrossFit type exercises 3 times a week, plus I skate 2, 3 times a week, plus I do block therapy, plus I do yoga. So with all of that, and I don't over exercise either. So with all of that, I'm interested to see whether muscle definition improves. Muscle strength has already improved, but that's hard to see, right? It's something you feel. Yeah, that's going to be really interesting to see how that reshapes the body. Let's see in 3 to 6 months time how that works. So I don't really know. I've only had a sample for a month, and then I stopped having it for a month, and then now I have the new stuff. So I'm not going to run out. I'm just going to continue using this. And if it's anything like any of their other phototherapy products, it is amazing. So yeah, so in case you are not familiar with the Lifeway company, I would definitely, if you have a brand partner that you're already working with, go ahead and get the Shine and Dream through them. If you do not, and you're not in any of the